I, 27 female, have been married to my husband, 34 male, for over a year. We've been together for 6 years. He's a gym freak, which I don't have a problem with except for when he sometimes tries to impose his routine on me, pressure me into adopting his dietary habits. I exercise too. I'm 5'6" / 130 lbs, but I enjoy my food and nothing will change that. That's not what I'm posting about though. Lately, I can't wear a dress without him telling me I look good, but that I would have looked better if I had that breast augmentation surgery. He never complained about my breasts for 6 years until the past 4 to 5 months. I've told him before that I'm not against it, but not planning to get one. It took me years to regain my confidence because my mother used to make hurtful remarks about my chest like if it's something I didn't achieve. A few days ago, we were having sex and he didn't hesitate to remind me, again, that I would look 10 times better with the implants, which turned me off instantly. I don't remember what I exactly said, but I said something along the lines of, I know how it feels. Never mind, you're the perfect size. The big ones hurt anyway. He got mad and called me immature and all. Mind you, he's been pressuring me to have the surgery for 4 months now, and I never snapped at him. Edit. I'm an A-cup. Yesterday we were getting ready to go to his friend's wedding, but I ended up staying home. He brought up the surgery again and I snapped at him. I reminded him that we dated for 5 years before we got married. He had plenty of time to realize that I'm not good enough for him and break up with me to find a woman who has what he's looking for. I do have eyes. He's right, I'm flat-chested, but I have a nice body overall. He said he loves me and wants to be with me, but feels he could be more attracted to me with bigger breasts. I ended up telling him to go alone. I can't shake off the feeling that our recent arguments are taking us down a toxic path. It's not the kind of relationship I want for us. Is this worth considering divorce over? Other than this, we do get along very well, but I feel like he's taking me back to the days when I would stand in front of the mirror for minutes thinking I would never find a man who would like me if I myself don't like what I'm seeing. Story number 2. I feel very stuck on what to do or if I overreacted. I, 24F, have an older sister, 33F. I had my sons really young at 15 and 18 with my ex-boyfriend. My sister was already out of the house when I had my youngest, so she didn't do any childcare. Not that I expected her to, just important for context. I'm really lucky to say that my ex is a very involved father, and we have an equal co-parenting schedule we decided out of court for years. We do 1 month on, 1 month off. We live in the same city, so this doesn't affect their schooling, and we've been doing it since we broke up at 18. I understand a month is a long time, but during the time they're away, I still see them by taking them to the park, doing drop-offs, movie/dinner night, even sleepovers, where they'll stay the night, and their dad does the same, so it's not like during that month we're no contact. We also do nightly FaceTimes. I do love that it gives me time to relax and be child-free, hang out with my boyfriend/friends spontaneously, even get to go out of town if I want. I still get to live as a young adult, and so does my ex, which is why we agreed to the schedule at all. It's raised controversy if I mention it to other moms because they always say they can never go away from their children for so long and make me feel like a shitty mom because I have fun during my month off. It's why I don't really mention it often to other moms. Anyways, my older sister just welcomed her first baby last year, and it was amazing. We aren't the closest because of our age gap, but it did bring us closer. Her husband and her separated a few months after his birth, and she's been doing it all alone ever since. With the job market how it is, it took her months to even land an interview, but she got the job. Sadly, childcare in our area is $2,000 a month, and she can't afford it, so either the paternal grandmother or I watch him during the week. Our mom would do it, but she had to return to work last year to pay the bills she can't. Luckily for me, I had my mom to watch the boys when I was underage and when I moved out, but I don't have to worry about childcare since I WFH and my boys are in SCO now. I don't mind watching my nephew. My sister goes in at 6 and gets off at 2, so it doesn't take up much of my day, and I usually do it 2 or 3 times a week, so it's not too constant. On Thursday, when my sister dropped my nephew off, she had to go downstairs because she forgot his diaper bag and left her purse and phone behind. I live in the 8th floor, so she was gone for around 5 minutes. When she left, her phone rang, and since it was our mom, I answered it to say hello. During the call, I see a notification pop up of someone liking a message my sister sent. It said, "It's crazy how she can watch my son for me, but when it comes to hers, she doesn't care. I could never go to Jamaica to celebrate a man's birthday when I could be with my kids instead. Deadbeat moms are worse than dads." It shocked me so much I screenshotted it. My boyfriend's birthday is next weekend, and we're going to Jamaica for a week. It's my son's time with their dad. When my sister came back upstairs, I acted normal. She said bye and left. I thought about it a lot and I got more pissed off. Why should I be shamed because I don't have to do it alone? How am I comparable to a deadbeat dad like her husband who hasn't seen their son in months with no contact? Here I am doing her a favor, saving her $2K a month. She doesn't have all to be insulted in a group chat with people I don't know. When she came to get my nephew, I confronted her. At first she denied it until I showed her the screenshot. Then she said it's out of context, so I said to show me the full convo then, and she refused. She said sorry, but didn't seem sorry at all. She just wanted to leave. I asked her to explain how I'm a deadbeat. Then she broke down in tears, saying that she's a single mom since she receives no help and I am barely a mom, so I don't understand how she feels. I told her that to leave and she did. Once she left, I called her and told her I wasn't going to be watching my nephew anymore. I didn't want to tell her in person because I know she'd try to guilt-rip me with even more tears. She sent me over 50 texts when I wouldn't answer her calls, begging me to answer, and that she's so sorry and this wasn't supposed to happen and she regrets it. She said she needs me to watch him since his other grandma can't every day, and that if she gets fired, she'll be out of a job again for months and won't be able to afford her bills. I didn't reply. Now my mom and cousins are all blowing up my phone telling me I'm a huge asshole and to change my mind and accept her apology. I feel used and disrespected, but also do feel a bit bad since she does need the childcare. AITA? Story number 3. I moved south so my husband can be close to his family and the cost of living is cheaper. IWFH, and he works full-time as well. Occasionally the older kids, 15 to 21, will come over and stay. When I cook, I will let them know the food is ready and to come and eat. I let them fix their plate and decide what and how much they want. My husband said I should be fixing their plate and bringing it to them. I said no, I don't mind fixing the plate, but I'm not gonna serve dinner to their room or living room. They can get up and come get their food. Besides, we have a no eating in the bedroom rule anyway. He said, they are kids. That's how things are done in the South. My response was that they are not little kids or guests, and they are old enough to fix their plate or come and get their food. I will fix and bring his plate cause he works and pays the bills. I have an older son in his 20s, and since he was a teen, I stopped fixing his plate and let him decide what or how much he wanted to eat. He didn't talk to me the rest of the day. The issue is over with, and we discussed and I agreed that I have no problem making dinner plates, but I'm not a waitress. It has been on my mind if I'm right or wrong. AITA? Story number 4. AITA for picking my kids up from school? I, 44M, have been married, 45F, for 4 years. I have 2 children in elementary school from a previous marriage. My current wife had never been married, does not have children, and we have no children together. My children's mother and I have a very amicable relationship. We are much better at being co-parents than we were at being married. We have true joint custody week on, week off. We transition the kids every week on a Monday by taking turns picking them up from school. A year ago, we had a school shooting where we live. Neither of my children were directly involved, nor did they know any children directly involved. Since then, my children, particularly my daughter, have experienced extreme distress. They are both in therapy, which has been very beneficial for them both. A few weeks ago, my ex-wife texted me on a Sunday telling me my daughter was having a difficult time and asked if I could pick her up from aftercare on Monday. My wife, my children's stepmom, would usually have done that. I told my wife I would pick up the kids rather than her that Monday. At first, she was okay with it. About an hour later, my wife came into the kitchen and confronted me. She said, "I don't know why you let a 7-year-old dictate what goes on in this house. She just needs to get over it. She's just playing the victim. You always side with your ex. Picking her up is disruptive to our family. Picking my daughter up on a Monday was not disruptive. I work from home Monday and Friday. Also, if my daughter needs something and my ex texts me to give a heads up, I am definitely going to do what my daughter needs, and I do not feel like I am siding with my ex in doing so. My wife filed for divorce this week saying the pickup situation was the last straw. AITA?